Did you know that Joey's ATM pin spells out his name on the dial pad? And that Ross's male monkey companion Marcel was actually a girl? Well, sort of. And what's the connection between Monica and Chandler's house and the house from Home Alone? I'll give you that one for free. It's the same place! Hi, I'm Peter, and you're watching OSSA. Let's dive into some of the funny and unexpected details from Friends that you may have missed. I'll start with a really hard one to figure out. Remember the scene where Joey was in a laundry and asked the Russian owner behind the counter to put a picture on the wall with lots of other famous actors? And he was rejected because Joey starred in a movie where Russians were stereotypical bad guys? Joey then points to a picture of Harrison Ford, saying that Ford was in a movie once called Air Force One, where all the bad guys were Russian. The owner tells Joey that he's never seen it. But that isn't exactly true, because in reality, he actually starred in it. Yes, his name is Ilya Volok, and he's a real Russian actor who also starred in Air Force One alongside Harrison Ford. Pretty funny, right? And it's not the only detail in the show which is related to other actors. One example would be the many celebrity cameos in Friends over the years. I mean, how could you forget these classic scenes with Bruce Willis, Susan Sarandon, and Winona Ryder? But the funny thing is that before those celebs appeared on the show, someone from the Friends cast already stated that they were a big fan of their real-life counterparts. Isn't it weird that Joey and Chandler are such big fans of the Die Hard franchise, and then subsequently meet a man who is clearly the spitting image of Bruce Willis? Willis naturally can't remember Chandler's name, despite the fact that Bruce and Matthew Perry starred in The Whole 9 Yards together earlier that year. The same thing happens to Ross, who professes his adoration for Winona Ryder and Susan Sarandon, who both went on to appear on Friends. Speaking of Susan Sarandon, not only did she appear in the show, but so did her daughter. Remember how Sarandon enjoyed slapping everyone in the face? It seems like nobody could stop her, not even real-life daughter Eva Amore. That's right, Susan Sarandon slapped her own daughter in the episode The One with Joey's New Brain. And this wasn't the only case of relatives appearing alongside each other on the show. Did you know that Matthew Perry's real-life dad appeared on Friends? In the 4th season, he portrays a one-off character, Rachel's boyfriend Joshua's father. Don't remember him? I wouldn't blame you. Okay, so remember the scene from The One with Rachel's New Dress where she went to her date's parents' house and his parents unexpectedly returned? That's Matthew Perry's dad. It's pretty difficult to spot him, especially if you don't know what Matthew Perry's father looks like. But now that you know, you'll never miss him again. Yet another funny detail relates to the Arquette family. Most fans noticed some strange name changes in the opening credits of The One After Vegas. Each cast member's name was followed by Arquette. Any idea why? Well, it's because Courtney Cox got married to actor David Arquette, and the title changes were meant to celebrate and commemorate their wedding. And David Arquette himself also appeared in a minor role on the show. It was in the episode The One with the Jam. David plays a guy who follows Phoebe, mistakenly thinking that she's her twin sister Ursula. While it's funny on the show, it's a bit creepy to think that the guy stalking Phoebe went on to become Courtney Cox's real-life husband. Courtney and David eventually got divorced in 2013, but that's another story. Still, if you guys really want to know more about the background drama, feel free to check out our video about the case of Friends' real-life partners. The link is on your top right. So anyway, Arquettes, plural. Not only did David have a cameo, but so did his sister Alexis Arquette, an actress and cabaret performer in her own right. Alexis appeared a couple of times throughout the series, with her most memorable appearance being when she played a drag queen cocktail waitress in The One with Chandler's dad. Speaking of Phoebe's twin sister Ursula, there's another funny detail regarding her appearances, and even her on-screen profession. No, obviously, Lisa Kudrow doesn't have a twin sister that we know of. She played both characters herself, but the thing is, Lisa Kudrow was starring in 2 different shows at the same time, Friends and Mad About You. And in Mad About You, Kudrow plays a crappy waitress named Ursula. So sometime after the character appeared, Lisa Kudrow and the producers of Friends had a terrific idea. Why not make the 2 characters of Phoebe Buffay and Ursula Buffay twins? When Friends got its time slot on Thursday night at 8:30, after Mad About You, everybody realized we needed some explanation for the audience. Why are they seeing the same girl with the same voice at 8 o'clock and 8:30 on 2 different shows? You have to admit, that's kind of a stroke of genius. And as a reward for being just that creative, the showrunners got their own cameos on Friends. Not just once. Kevin Bright, Adam Chase, Marta Kaufman, and David Crane starred together in 4 different episodes. All their roles were pretty small and unobtrusive, but they're there if you know what to look for. Like, for example, Kaufman and Chase sitting on a double-decker bus behind Joey and Chandler in that episode with Ross's wedding in London, or in the one with the Princess Leia fantasy, where the same 2 guys are sitting on the Friends' usual couch in Central Park. Some showrunners also appeared as extras in some shots in the episodes The One with the Fake Monica and The One After the Super Bowl. Small roles, sure, but working on one of the biggest TV shows of all time probably means they're not hurting for cash. There's another fun detail regarding Ross's monkey Marcel, or maybe it would be more accurate to say that there are 3 funny details about that monkey. Remember the episode where Ross visits Marcel on a movie set featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme? They're shooting a movie sequel called Outbreak 2: The Virus Takes Manhattan. What's the betting that that's actually a real movie? Well, it is. Partially. There really was a movie called Outbreak that came out in 1995, and Van Damme really did star in it with a monkey called Katie. This scene from Friends is actually kind of a cool tribute to that monkey actor's work. We get another detail about Marcel in the episode following Van Damme's appearance called The One After the Super Bowl, Part 2. There's a scene where Ross goes to a restaurant with Chandler, Joey, and Julia Roberts' character for a mutual date. And guess what the restaurant's called? Yep, it's Marcel. That's a pretty sweet way to show just how much this cute little animal meant to everybody on the show. Though maybe that should be animals, as the part of Marcel was actually played by 2 different monkeys, and one of them was female. I'm willing to bet you didn't know that. Yep, there are lots of unexpected cast details and crazy cameos, but there are some really obvious mistakes when it comes to recurring characters. Like, did you know that the actress who played Estelle, Joey's agent, also ended up playing a nurse in Friends? Yes, the actress's name is June Gable, and she also appeared in the very first season in the episode The One with the Birth, when Ross's baby Ben was born. Remember the crazy lady who shouts, "Anyone who's not a nurse or a lesbian life partner, out you go"? Yep, that was Estelle. The same kind of mix-up happens with Carol's character. Attentive viewers will have spotted the change in actress that happened in the earlier episodes, but I'm sure there's almost no one who can actually name the first actress. Anita Barone appears in only one episode, the one with the sonogram at the end, but for some reason, Anita didn't enjoy her stay on the show and chose to leave, likely due to the minor nature of the part that she was offered. After her departure, for the rest of the show, Carol's character was played by Jane Sibbett. Can you imagine how Anita Barone probably feels right now? She clearly didn't foresee how massive Friends would get. And now that we're done with actors and monkeys, let's talk about some unexpected interior and exteriors of the show, and some of the props featured on the show. Some of them are really crazy. Listen to this, for example. The house that Monica and Chandler bought in the 10th season had a very similar view when compared with the view from a window in a house from Home Alone. More than similar, these 2 views are exactly the same. Obviously, the characters from Friends and Home Alone don't live in the same house, not least because Kevin lived in John Hughes' beloved Chicago and Monica and Chandler live in New York. But if we talk about the exterior shoots for the location, they totally match. It kind of looks like the creators of Friends just grabbed some stock footage from the 1990s movie Home Alone and used it for the background for their scenes. Crazy or lazy? You decide. Some even more obvious details can be found on the doors of the Friends apartments. Joey and Chandler live in apartment number 4, and Rachel and Monica in 5. But sometime later, the showrunners figured out that it's kind of impossible to have these numbers on a floor as high as theirs is. So they simply decided to change them to 19 and 20. Okay, I know that feels more like a mistake. And if you want to know more about inaccuracies on the show, check out our other video. Again, link in the top right. Remember that board on Joey and Chandler's door? It included a ton of cool tiny details regarding scenes from the show. Joey once left a lovely note for Chandler and Monica after they confessed to their romance. And the burglars who tried to rob the apartment are polite enough to leave a grateful message, "Thanks for all your stuff." The showrunners even left a secret tribute sign to the victims of 9/11, an event that was never explicitly addressed on the show. Yep, that Statue of Liberty and FDNY letters were put on the board to commemorate the heroic work of New York firefighters who helped in the aftermath of the terrorist attack. On a lighter note, how about those champagne glasses with a bottle in order to celebrate Phoebe's wedding in season 10? The next time you watch Friends, be sure to pay extra special attention to that board. I'm telling you, there are tons of doodles hidden away on it. And there's another feature we can see in the boys' apartment, the one with Ross's bachelor party. The Friends had a party before Ross gets married yet again, and they make some lovely preparations. Just take a look at these balloons. You know, just some adult party decorations. And the show's creators love to joke around with other interior details too, like potato in Central Perk Cafe. Who'd ever order that, right? And a reserved sign on the table probably explains why the Friends only ever sat on the sofa in the cafe. And don't forget the Central Perk chalkboard. Take your time trying to read all the crazy orders on it. Like this one, for example. A movingly rich and creamy coffee straight from the Mudder's Udder. I'd like to finish with an extra difficult one to spot. One of my favorite little details, Joey's ATM pin code. Remember the very beginning of the episode, the one in Vegas, part 1? Joey calls Phoebe to remind him of his own pin code, which he actually scratched on the ATM machine. Phoebe reveals the code to be 5639, which actually spells the word Joey on the dial pad. I love this tiny detail because it suits Joey's character perfectly and reminds us once again that he's obviously not the smartest character from Friends. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our new channel, Awesome Movies. It's super film and character oriented, so if you're a movie geek like me that wants to be enlightened about all the latest film news, check it out.